And the parcel that we were previously requesting um, had an easement for a septic system over the house line because the regulations, the zoning regulations, are lot width at that time. It's not frontage, lot width at that time to be measured at the front yard setback by the building. So we did not have land to convey to our city, and still have 200 feet of we want to make sure the house where my clients live right now stays a um, without our involvement, the Planning and Zoning Commission revised the regulations here in the state. Now they have frontage instead of lot width, and the frontage is 8 feet of street line, and now we need 200 feet of lot street line. And that was actually fortuitous for us because it allowed us to get a little creative, and as you can see with the plan in front of you now, by including the lot for proposed parcel B, we're able to maintain 200 feet of frontage for the house lot, and that's a conforming lot. And now we can jog the property line around the septic system, and it can be part of proposed parcel B. Again, we're not able to do that with the previous application because of the definition of zoning regs for lot width. And now that that's changed, that's really the significant difference here. So although there are some similarities to the request that's before you, we do contend that the application is substantially different than the previous one that you reviewed. We'd like to look at it again. I recognize that per statute, if you elect not to review the same or substantially the same application with a 6-month period, that's your discretion to do so. But again, we submit that it's not substantially the same because it's a larger lot now by a good additional size, although that, and it's also now got the issue of the septic system via easement on a different property, which I think a lot of people were a little uncomfortable with. It's a little unusual. That's resolved. So we again submit it's substantially different application. We can change the configuration. It's basically a new application before you for review. So again, that's up to you to decide. But the background of this application is pretty much the same. We are creating a new record here, so I'll go through it very briefly. My client again acquired 2 properties, the house lot they've been living in for some time, and more recently the strip. As you may recall, there's a chance we could not do it if we were able to fall under the purview of section 4.12 of the zoning regulations. And if we were able to prove that the lot was legally existing in 1950 when the zoning regulations were first enacted, and if we could then develop in accordance with health code and meeting all of the setback requirements, then we wouldn't need this variance. The problem, if you recall, that we ran into is this town has no record of zoning regulations prior to 1956. So we were put in a near impossible situation of proving something that we had no documentation to prove, and we're left with inferences as to what the regulations might have said prior to 1956 version that we were applying. So we're not going to go there. Putting that aside, if need be, and we can't get the variances that we seek tonight, we may follow up with the Planning and Zoning Commission and ask them to change that. We think it's fundamentally unfair for them to tie a regulatory requirement to regulations that no one can. So, but that's for another day, and hopefully we don't have to go there because I'm hoping that we'll convince you tonight on the merits of this application that we are significantly improving a non-conforming condition, and that you see fit to bring the variances that we requested. So we revised the lot in response to comments we heard at the last application tonight. And again, you call it 9, road, which is the one we need for the majority favor, that we need super. Yes,
Do these blueprints reflect that change?
yes, yes. Do you like 11 by 17? I'm happy to pass it on. You don't have. This is what.
Yeah.
This isn't the right one.
Hmm.
It doesn't have the. Oh, yes, it does. I'm sorry, I'm getting the wrong one.
Here's the new-
I'm sorry, I was on the wrong one. If anyone knows these 11 by 17. If anyone. So, at the last meeting, the two takeaways that I left with were, there was some unease about the easement, being, septic easement being on the parcel. And also, there was comments that it was just still too small, okay? So what we've done is again, by jogging that line along the Solar Road, we are able to gain 200 feet of frontage for the rear lot. And actually, now we're able to increase the frontage of our proposed lot rather significantly as well. Presently, that parcel, just be 0.18 feet. We're now able to get that 119 feet frontage. That's a 137% increase over the existing condition. It's still not 200 feet, which is what regulations require, but it is a heck of a lot closer than it was. And it's actually about a 34 or so percent increase over what we were with our last application. So it's a significant jump up in compatibility and conformity. The size of the lot, let's talk about that. Presently, it says about the existing condition is about 18,700 square feet. We're able to boost that to 31,210 square feet. And again, that's a 66% increase over the existing lot size, again, making it much more conforming with your regulations. And if you compare it to the last iteration of the application that you saw and was denied, that's 24% further. So now we're up to 31, just over 31,000 square feet. Again, some significant increases, some additional move towards conformity. And if you recall, as I said in the past, an independent basis for granting the variance is reduction in conformity. So here we have a lot that is non-conforming in two regards: size, overall size, and frontage. It will still be non-conforming in those two, but it will be significantly closer to conforming than it is now. And the house lot remains unaffected; it will still be a conforming lot. The Adelson line of cases is the cases that I have spoken to in the past about that allow this independent basis and granting if you see fit. Again, we still now demonstrate that it's in conformity with the neighborhood and the comprehensive plan. And in order to address that, I would note that this lot is either comparable or bigger now than a number of the lots in the neighborhood. I put it on the record previously, but I'll put it on the record again. At 38 Pasola, you've got a 24,400 square foot. Again, and we're 31,000 square feet plus. At 20 Pasola, only 18,300 square feet. At 19, 15,250. At 9, 17,450. And at 80 Pasola, 20,500. And then if you look at those four lots, pretty much directly across the property, across the street from where the existing house lot and where the proposed new lot will be. And those range in size from 29,600 square feet to 34,412. This is right in that ballpark, what this new proposed lot is. And those are lots 41, 45, 53, and 55. So I draw your attention to that because this lot is not out of keeping in character. And in fact, it's not significantly different from previous applications. that was approved along the same lines for reduction in nonconformity. That overall lot was only 26,890 square feet, and if you recall, that was two lots of. So that's still smaller than what's being proposed here. So, I can assure you that based on discussions that our engineers had at the department, that this is a lot that can be built on. It can have a code compliant septic system. It can all of the requisite setbacks. It's a buildable lot. It's sufficient in size and area and terrain in order to support a house on. It just is a non-conforming parcel that we are pushing as far as we can to make it more conforming, but there's just not enough area between the two parcels to quite get there. But again, we are significantly better than what its existing condition is, with a 137% increase in lot size and frontage. I'm sorry, 137% increase in frontage and 66% increase in lot size. If you have other specific questions, I'm happy to go through them with you. We talked a little bit about what the house might look like. Footprint here, it's not going to be overbuilt to overshadow the size small there. Yes, thank you for that. And although they're not here this evening, if you recall the last application, the two closest neighbors to this property wrote letters of support to their request, even based on the. This is only better. So I hope that you'll consider that. I hope that you'll see that we've made strides to further reduce the nonconformity, to resolve concerns with the off-site septic. Any questions? What happens? They were here when we did our presentation, because then it was continued and we came back and incorporated the next meeting. I don't think they were there. They're right of the property. If you're standing on the property, you can close it off. They're to the right and directly across. So they're the ones that are like right in there. I'm in the road. Which then. Is it this one here? Yeah, the one. Yeah. Jill Gold. There's the one on. That's and then across from the where they're right. Yeah. So if I no, that's I'm glad you drove. This is the DIS. Their house. Way on the it's on the straight and
It's all to the top.
all of them.
Okay.
I think
All
You're not gonna reach it,
you
yeah.
do that too.
Right at the end of the property.
Okay. And so the driveways, that meets the zoning regs, the proposed.
The proposed driveway, yes, you have to first look at it and
purposes of DPA, we're not reviewing.
Oh, yeah, good.
Site.
So my question, it's great that you're increased the size of the lot, you got it closer. Is there a way to make it even a little bit bigger, make it a little more palatable? So, for example,
So right now, parcel A, which is the existing lot, is proposed 70,855 square feet, making a minimum of 60,000.
Right.
So there is, I guess, arguably still a little bit of land in there that we could add to the lot, but it's so.
here and there, right, so here and there.
And it is so steeply sloped that I just didn't think it was usable land. I mean, it would be, yeah, it wouldn't be useful. It's sloped, so I mean, it would, in theory, okay, you're adding more, but.
Yeah, in terms of making the numbers come out.
Yeah, so.
Right now, I think it's, right now, I think you got.
Stop. Wait, whoa. Too much going on at one time. Okay. Can't get it. So you're serious.
Okay.
Let's go with this then.
Finish with this, okay.
Okay.
So I think the reason they drew it there is because of the steep slopes and kind of where it's starting to drop off. But I imagine it. Anyway, would you have any objection to adding it to?
Well, I mean, it's so, where it goes up to, it's pretty flat. We're borderline down. So even if you add it, it's, you know, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we could say,
It's
yeah,
just
Like making the numbers a little better to get closer to.
I mean, it's a significant increase in size from what it was.
Okay.
And then change the, you know, we can add it, but, I mean,
Is there something you need to, wait,
it's
see, stop. Is there something that you're looking for? Is there something you need to record? Let's hold that, so.
Okay, I'm just folks.
So to answer your question, could we make the lot a little bit bigger, without affecting the frontage on either, just adding square feet, so that number, instead of being 66% bigger than it is now, is maybe 70% bigger, and as long as we keep the house lot still conforming, we could probably do that. It just, really wouldn't be that usable, and we thought that we were
Right.
getting so closer anyway.
I don't think they could reach.
No, I don't think, yeah. So would it getting closer make? Sort of.
Okay. Okay, but if it's important, you know, the hub to get there, then, you know, again, we think that we made a big effort. Substantially increase the size over the last proposal, but if you want us to look at that and as a condition of approval, see if there's some way we can further extend that lot line to add another 5,000 square feet or so, something, we could probably do that. And maybe instead of coming back to the commission, we could do staff to say, well, let's look at the grades and talk to the engineer, work something out and feel as to what that final line looks like. But it would be an adjustment most likely to this line.
Right.
Right.
That's one that seems to make.
Yeah, we probably alter that in some way. Talk to the engineer about it. Makes sense, and see if we can push that a little bit further to get even additional. Okay.
I'm looking at the,
Yeah, that's the primary septic field, and then you'll see the reserve just a little bit lighter up above it.
and this is how
It's a proposed 4-bedroom house.
I'm on 7/8.
either, so I can't answer that, but we've been told. Yeah, we've been told from the engineer that they've spoken to the health department and it can be a code compliance system.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a future.
When the motion that you had last time, the motion that Mr. Gaspar is drafting this time, conforms with case law, that basically, if you see fit to grant this variance, we'll be granting it based on this plan. And that will form an envelope. We did discuss this at the first application. If they could go smaller than that, they could go a little cheap within that. If they need to go larger, they will need to go deep. So it doesn't have to be that shape, okay? But it has to be within that envelope. If they go outside that envelope, it is a modification to their.
One more question. You're proposing to build this 30 by 40 house as speculative.
I do want to answer that. I think it was intended to be a family first, so, we have 4 children. I'm sorry, Dora, I'm gonna say it. I'm a twice cancer survivor. My husband had, been diagnosed with heart failure. We have, a young family. One of our children, is willing to, build a house there and be close to help us, with things. My husband had bought the property when he was 25 years old. He loves Andover, loves the lake. We take our grandkids there. We wanted one of our children to be able to be close, because even though I said, well, maybe we should downsize, considering he's not leaving the lake. He's not leaving the lake. And so the other option was to have our very healthy son-in-law and daughter and her child be able to move in, and doing an ADU would be a disservice to them. They're a young family. They want to purchase a house. They want to purchase the land. They want to make Andover their home. And so that's what we wanted to do. And forgive my emotionality. We have a son who's a veteran, and he tried to commit suicide last night. He's a disabled veteran. This is not the son that's moving there. It's so we're dealing with that all day. Getting him into a suicide. No, but this is important. This is important too. And your time is important. So I apologize for being myself. But we do love Andover. Our children love Andover. Our children sure do love that lake. Can't wait for the nice weather. And we want to do everything right. And we're not here to get the lot and sell the lot. It's good him too, and he went out. She said, we gotta downsize.
We can't condition.
I'm sorry.
No, because he has a heart surgery scheduled, and so we're just, this is life, and I'm sure everybody in this around this table has life. And some things are good and some things are bad, right? And here we are. And I apologize, I'm trying to replace this stuff, but I just,
Thank you very much. Mike, major concern to me.
and he's life.
basic issue, you have two issues. Training practices, they're not allowed, no land use. So the question becomes, is this a substantial? The case law does allow you to go differently if it is substantially different. Whether this is substantially different, so is you express no opinion on it. The guy say should sway you one way or the other. That's within your discretion. Review the case law, have some cases with you. Basically, that's what it is. I did have a case myself for a client where use of variance request was denied in terms of a 2-foot reduction, where granted it, appealed, the judge said 2 feet wasn't enough. How much is enough to be a substantial change? I think it's within your discretion. I thought the law was clear, I would tell you. The discretion in this substantial change.
That's totally accurate. The only thing I would add, to what Attorney Brandt is saying is that if you determine based on the increased size and the increased lot frontage and the fact that lot frontage is now a definition as opposed to lot width, there are a number of variables. But if you determine that it's substantially different, using your discretion, a court is not going to disturb that. A court is going to defer to you, I believe, in those instances as to whether or not there's enough there to be substantially different.
Can I just ask this little, completely not related, but just a general. Lot frontage versus lot width, does the new frontage language eliminate whatever was there was a width?
There is still a definition for lot width in your regulations, but now the bulk table now calls out frontage as the minimum requirement as opposed to lot width, I believe.
The table now says 200 frontages. Also go from
It's defined, but it's not in the table. That's like a minimum requirement. Maybe that's why they changed it. I don't know. But
Yeah. Came up and. So, right, did we reach the point where there is?
You have a question? No, everything you guys say has to be on the law.
Okay, yeah,
There can't be any side conversation.
My question now is on the proposed lot, I'm looking at the width here on frontage, because that's most important. And when I was asking Wayne was, how, if they moved that frontage line over, that would decrease the frontage line A.
correct. We cannot give any more street line to the new proposed lot than what we show here, because now we have, if you look down at our table for our lot frontage, we have exactly 200 feet for the existing house. We can't go lower than that. But we could, I mean, we could do something with this line and make it even more angular and bump it out a little bit more to give you, it'll be a little bit more of a bubble, but you could, to give you more square footage if you felt it was necessary to get closer, because we have, just under 10,000 square feet still access in their house lot, which I've explained practically why they don't think there's any real reason to give it to them, because it's not usable based on the slopes. But if you think just the number makes it more palatable to get you closer, even further to the 60,000 minimum square foot, there's some to give.
That's why I was asking about that top part, John. That's the only part where I think it really makes sense if it's.
Yeah, because I'm looking at partial A, which is here, and looking at the partial B that's proposed, which is in this small percentage of the whole line.
look at that table. 1,000 square feet. To able to determine
Present,
parcel A, yeah, according to, so we would need to get, in order to make parcel B conforming, we need 30,000. So there's just no way to do that. And not parcel A. And yet, our only argument is that so a little bit larger. We can't make parcel B.
Is that if you determine that this is a substantial implementation, there's still a question of if you determine it's a substantial implementation,
yes, I do agree with that. And on the second point as to whether experience, although the adults require you to grant it. If you then, in the big picture say, this is still consistent with the comprehensive plan, the development around that's happened, then you can certainly within your discretion say, okay, then it's approvable, going to grant it, it's making everything more conforming and similar to what's around there. Which is why I wanted to make sure I got on the record, because, half dozen or more properties in the immediate vicinity that are comparable in size, just so that you could evaluate that in context.
But that's, the first test is
Yes.
substantial. Do we determine, so that's the second half, this is what.
all that's been referred to.
Right, but that's not.
But if you need more information, it has to be. If you have questions or doubts you have.
For my clarity, how much different is this plan than the previous one?
I would say significantly, and let me take you through that. So if you have my narrative, the property, our proposed parcel B, we are now increasing it to 31,210 square feet, which is 0.72 acres, and the frontage to 119.09 feet. And the previous application had the square footage of the lot at 25,118 square feet. So that's an increase over the previous application of about 24%. And in the frontage, we had that we were going up to 88.7 square feet. So now our frontage is another 34 or so percent beyond where we were. So I think it's a market increase from last application. Both of them. Yes, I mean. So, okay. Yeah.
The last, this is the last one. And the original.
Now, if you look at here, the width at the plate, they're calling it width because of the foundation. Yeah.
I think she looked at it.
I did. Well, you know what? And I can't do that. And I put it right in the computer and said, what is the percentage increase from this to this?
So,
Remarkable what you can get.
so the setbacks remain the same, so what, is that correct?
All of the setbacks will be complied with. Front, rear, and side yard will meet or exceed what you're going to.
Okay. I'm trying to help people get, so we're going from 25, roughly 25,000 square feet.
The frontage Pretty much, we have everything now.
My goodness, today.
On your side, you're safe. Yeah. Yeah.
With that, can we closing this portion?
I have nothing else to offer unless you have something
So,
information you need.
someone have to vote or-
Some commissions do a motion.
Let's close the
Yeah,
part.
chairman can just close.
Okay, let's close this part, and so now for our regular meeting. And the same people are here for the first part of the meeting.
I would ask you to do a roll
Go around again. Okay.
Commission to
Well, let's, who's here before we see, okay, so, present, Michael Buchan, Fred Oliver.
Jeffrey Ballard, alternate.
So you can see. Yes, I would, yeah, I would introduce both of you.
If you need it, you can just do it in chair.
Oh, okay, okay, so I would like to see alternates. So do you need to make a? Excellent. Put that in, thank you for motion to. Number 6.
Maybe 6A.
Me? That old business or new business?
you could add on 6A, February 3rd.
Okay, so.
You guys, I got no audio coming through.
We fixed it, I hope.
All right, do you have anything to contribute to our meeting?
That's not a good thing. No, audio's on.
Maybe try chatting with him? Is there a chat feature?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, we hear you as well. Which item did you wish to comment on?
No, I'm sorry, I came in late. I thought we were doing a review of the P O C D tonight on the agenda.
No, that was last night at the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. This
I'm
is,
sorry.
this is
I'm sorry.
zoning board of appeals meeting.
Okay, sorry, came into the wrong meeting.
Oh,
I'll
very
sign
right.
off. Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
No problem.
All right, All right. So with our new business, we're going to deliberate and act on application 26-1 ZBA. Christine Gomes seeking a variance. Applicant is seeking relief from sections 11.2 of the Andover zoning regulations to reduce the nonconformities of the currently vacant parcel on Basolo Road, MBLU 324853 CB. The applicant's intention is to adjust the property lines between the vacant property and 52 Basolo Road, both owned or co-owned by the applicant. The proposed additional land added to the vacant parcel is intended to support the construction of a single-family dwelling on the vacant parcel. So with that, we go on to adoption of the January 21.
No.
We have to discuss this. Oh, I thought okay, well, let's discuss, deliberation on action. Sorry, I'm jumping. Okay, so deliberation on the proposal before us.
So you could discuss and.
Okay. So I think it was based on your point, so you've, I think, said that there's two things that are needing to be.
So substantial improvement, that's the first thing, yes or no?
Substantial change.
Substantial change, yeah. Okay, so if we agree that it's a substantial change, then we move on to grant the variance or not.
I would say that I think it is a substantial change from the previous application. I think also, I mean, it's really interesting to note that even the zoning regulations have changed as well since then to include the element of frontage. But I think if we'll remember collectively as a group, one of the main things that I think had people kind of a little hesitant to approve the last application was the fact that the septic was going to be on an easement. And I think that was one of my main reservations, even though ultimately in the last one, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but I voted in favor of accepting that application. But I do remember like that was my main hesitation with the original application as well. Mostly geared toward like what happens if someone were to eventually sell that parcel, then how do you rectify any issues that might take place in the future regarding the septic, which like, and then I also feel that we're to understand that septic is not really our purview as long as it's approved by the health.
Cemetery and.
Yeah.
That was my concern also. At the last meeting was the septic. That's not our concern or whatever.
It's not, that's
It's
not
been
the.
approved by.
Yeah.
The sanitation department.
And I think that the easement issue has been completely resolved with the new application.
I'm gonna look at the sign. I think that was a pretty good effort in increasing the size of the lot. 24, it's almost a 25% increases.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I agree, I think 24% is a substantial increase.
And I'm more comfortable knowing which neighbors. I didn't see that at the last meeting.
And also the comparative, like the comparisons to other lots that are similar in size in the immediate vicinity as well. I think they're making a substantial effort to kind of match. So would someone like to do you want to discuss this anymore?
I'm very fortunate to have a double lot when I purchased it, it's only 7/8 of an acre.
So yeah, I think we need to agree or find out if there's agreement that this is a substantial change from the original proposal before we proceed, right? Yes, so, yes, cause if we don't agree on that, then the next is a moot point, so I think it's a substantial difference. Would you like to make a motion on it? I don't think-
You don't need.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
You wouldn't need a motion, just if that's
Just agree.
if that's your, yeah, exactly, go around the table, see if, how everybody feels about that, and then the next step would be a motion to approve the variance itself.
Oh, okay. Well, what we do, I think it's a substantial difference from the previous application. I do. Okay. What do you think, Kathleen?
I think so too.
John?
I agree, there's 24% is substantial.
Okay, I'll go on with that too, so that's one. So we agree that this proposal represents a substantial difference from the original proposal. Okay, so part two.
I have a motion, whereby, yes,
So let's look at the. So we have two draft motions. So we can. Well, a few choices here. We can continue deliberations to the next regular meeting. And we have 65 days from the close of the hearing to decide this matter. If anyone has an appetite for that. As far as motions, we can approve with conditions. Do people have this?
Yeah.
We can move that the application 26-1 ZBA, Christine Gomes, be approved with conditions as the proposal provides for a reduction in nonconformities associated with parcel MBLU 324853 ZB. Andover Land Records, volume 147, page 797. Specifically, the board varies section 11.2, Andover Lake District lot area from 60,000 square feet to 31,210 square feet. And lot frontage from 200 square feet to 119.09 feet. 200 feet, I thought I said square feet, sorry, to 109 feet as depicted in the boundary reconfiguration plan prepared by Rob Hellstrom Land Surveying LLC, dated December 4th, 2025, revised February 16th, 2026. So the conditions, the boundary reconfiguration plan prepared by Rob Hellstrom Land Surveying LLC, dated December 4th, 2025, revised February 16th, 2026, shall be filled with Andover Town Clerk. Compliance with the plans submitted in support of the application and any statements made by the applicant in its application materials and presentations to the board. Alternatively, we have a possibility of a motion to deny. Move
You don't
that-
have to read that.
No.
Oh, I don't, okay.
Are you making the motion to approve? You read the whole.
Do we have an opportunity now to present any conditions to approval?
You can do additional ones if you wish, you can propose them. Well, but I said the first thing I suppose was someone to, I believe the chair made this motion. Correct?
No, I thought I should read them off to people. No, I actually didn't make the motion.
Okay,
It was just-
so,
okay.
and if someone
Okay.
can move per this, and then you can suggest
Okay, so
conditions.
does someone want to make a motion to approve or deny? What?
Approve what Fred just read.
You can, these are drafts.
Right,
This is a draft. This is the board's motion.
Right.
You
Okay,
can change.
so we can modify what?
Any way you want.
Any way you want.
Okay.
So I'll make this motion and then we can modify it, right?
So you're making a motion to approve and then we can discuss. No. So that's not, that's not how it's done, correct? It's, you would make modifications and then move or how?
Well. One board member can move what's printed here,
And that's it.
or another board member can move what's printed here and right from the get-go add something. So if you want to make the motion and add some other condition that's not here, you can do that. Or Joan can make the motion, it can be seconded, and you can move to amend it. To add another condition on the field is one rule.
Okay. Okay, with regard to conditions, what are people thinking?
If the house isn't sold on spec, the new house isn't sold on
I
spec.
don't think that's our.
That's not it, yeah.
No, they're just here for the variance, that's not.
Yeah.
You, with the board can't condition, well, actually, no land use commission can condition on ownership or sale or purchase. The variance will run with the land. So they've stated to you what their intention is, but if, God forbid, something
Yeah.
changed tomorrow, they
Yeah.
could sell the lot.
Right, we can't lock them.
Yeah,
down.
I can't think of any conditions that.
Yeah. So, does your motion still stands?
Somebody has seconded, right?
Yes, you made your motion.
I will second the motion to approve the variances as per this draft. Okay, so we have a second.
You may now discuss this
Any
motion.
discussions about that?
I'm not clear on what sort of conditions would be
There's-
imposed.
Well, for example, to add on some square footage to the lot from lot A, that you and I both brought up, it is likely to.
Understanding you're still gonna have a non-conforming lot in
Yes.
parcel B. Too, so.
Yeah, but to increase.
Right, to increase the size of lot B.
And increase A, yeah.
At the expense of A.
A is not conforming, like the rest of the.
We can make A non-conforming, we can make B more conforming, or we can propose to make B more conforming with regard to square footage.
So I'm gonna say, I don't know if everybody else went and looked at the properties. I saw them and I know exactly what they're talking about because
I've been through there
From their
before.
house, it drops right down. And I mean, it'll maybe look nicer on paper, but it isn't gonna,
Okay,
probably not gonna change what either owner is gonna do to the
for land
lot.
use.
Because it's just woods that are kind of steep.
Okay,
So I'm not sure it's worth,
Woodland.
but you know,
I don't think it benefits the board or the town like in any way. Or I think it's a completely neutral point, whether there's a 10,000 square foot difference that is the handoff between this proposal with A versus B.
Oh, I see it as a possible burden on the landowners to have to go and revise it. Financial burden. For what gain?
Right,
yeah, it's just gonna.
I think it's a neutral, but I think it's a moot point.
Yeah.
My contribution to the total discussion here would be that I was, by the end of the last presentation, it took some convincing, but I was ready to approve the last variance. I think this is substantially more compliant with what the town says, or with the zoning regulations than what was originally proposed. So. Okay, so any other discussion we wanna have about this? All right, so we have a motion and we've seconded it, right? Yeah. So let's go for it, all in favor? Aye. Yeah, okay,
Thank you very much for your time and consideration.
okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm just gonna say, I live at a lake too, and they're carrying me out there. I bought that house when I was 23.
Oh, wow.
We ended up buying a golf cart to take us from the house to the lake.
Now the grandkids think they get drive, like, no,
Oh, I.
that's Papa's. He needs it.
Police. We live very close to the lake, not at the lake, and we're just watching for when one of you guys leaves.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you, congratulations.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
we-
you. Have a good night, everyone.
And,
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, okay.
Christine,
Thank you, good luck.
So, well, Attorney Riser will fill you in. You'll be getting some correspondence from me, and you'll be having to come into the town hall and do some filing.
Right, thank you.
It has to be filed with the town land records, with Attorney Riser knows all of that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, good job, guys.
Yeah.
So we're set to move on to the next parts.
Yep.
Moving along to item number 6, adoption of the January 21 minutes. So have people had a chance to look at those and yeah, okay. So somebody.
And I wasn't here.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion that we approve those minutes.
I thought we already did.
No, that not the, we talked.
6A.
Yeah.
We just look and see who was here.
We approved putting the February 3rd minutes as 6A. Okay, so I move that we approve the February 3rd minute. Looking through it real quick, okay. Yeah, I second that. Okay, Michael seconds, all in favor? I think we have all in
You can't
favor.
vote,
Nobody
you
against?
weren't here.
So.
Wait, no, you have to have been here
Well, either that, you would have to, listen to the,
For the minutes?
for the-
Yes.
Actually not.
Yeah.
I've read the minutes. Yeah, a lot of people say that, but what your vote, when you approve minutes, you're simply voting that you accept what the secretary proposed.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice if you were there,
Yeah.
but you're also allowed to just say, I trust the secretary, I'm sure they're right.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to look through.
All right.
All right. Okay, so we are all in favor on February 3rd minutes?
Did you do the January 21st?
Yeah, that's one now, that's
I
coming.
sure do.
Okay, now we move to 6A. No, vice versa. January 3rd, okay, so we just approved the January 21,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay, so next, 6A is the February 3rd, so.
And I'll move to approve the
Greenhouse move to,
February 3rd minutes into the.
do we have a second on
I'll
that?
second
Okay, Joan seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that was unanimous. Board discussion, alternate vacancy, so Wayne, how do we go about that? We have,
Well, this is just discussion purposes right now. I sent you guys an email explaining what was going on. The board, by state law, you're supposed to have 5 regular members and 3 alternates. The board has been running with only 2 alternates. There is some question, and town clerk and I have been trying to figure out exactly how that came to be.
Well, you should have an ordinance reading.
Yeah, and we have an ordinance telling how to fill in.
All right.
And I gave you guys a copy of the, it's actually in the charter, but anyway,
Charter, okay, all right, it's totally fine.
it's in the charter how vacancies are filled. So essentially, the charter tells us that the town clerk has to be notified and the chair of the board notifies the major political parties and the public of this vacancy and solicits interest, applications, whatever, in filling the vacancy. The board would then interview these people and appoint somebody. The board appoints, the board, yep, the vacancy is filled, the affected agency shall appoint this person to fill any vacancy. It's in the charter, so, you would interview, bring people in, interview, and, you have to respect the minority representation, but you would appoint somebody to the alternate position. And that person would serve until the term expires. Until the vacant person's term expires. Does that make sense?
yes, right,
we have not come to an answer as to who left the board and when their term expires. I suspect that this vacancy has been around so long that that person's term has expired. In which case, I don't know what we're gonna do. But I hope to come to you with an answer at some point,
Okay,
if that's the case.
So now we have,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Bill, you have a total of 4 and 2,
no, yeah, 5 regular members and 2 alternates.
okay.
and we need a
Supposed to have
third.
5 regular members and 3 alternates.
And that's in the charter too.
That is in the charter too, well, the state law.
Well,
It's in the charter.
Can
It's
it
in
be
the charter.
until the next election?
That may be
what are the terms? Are they 4-year terms?
4-year terms.
You see, that's why you don't know if it's the next election, or is it 2 elections from now?
Are they all in the same, are all the positions
No,
on the same cycle?
They're 2 years off.
And can you explain the minority representation rule?
There has to be somebody from the minority party the board can't be all one party.
Well, I'm thinking of dropping my affiliation.
That's okay.
Which one?
If you drop your affiliation, you can be counted as either.
It's easier to get elected if you get not if you don't have to be affiliated, but if you just get, talk to leaders of one of the parties to have them, endorse.
I know.
Have them,
Right.
that's,
Right,
This is-
if you're not affiliated and you're endorsed by one of the
Yeah,
major
yeah.
parties, you get counted as that party's
Right.
that party.
Can I run independent?
You can, sure.
you can, it's a pain, Joan, because you have to go get paperwork from the Secretary of State and you have to get signatures. It's better if you get endorsed by both parties. Regardless of your feelings about the party, if you get endorsed by 5 of them, make your life a lot
That's
easier.
kind of irrelevant to what we're.
Yeah, I just didn't understand that.
So,
I heard you say it and then,
well, no, but
Yeah.
anyway,
Okay.
right now,
So
right now, I don't have enough information to
Yeah.
adequately inform the board of path forward.
so question then, so it's up to the chair of the board to make that to notify the town clerk and the public.
Yep.
So if we don't know the answer to that, shouldn't we not?
Well, I'm gonna wait until I hear from Wayne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
I'm gonna let him sort.
We should.
I don't know if it'll be consulting attorney Brantz or
That's O'Brien.
O'Brien. I'll be probably consulting attorney O'Brien.
Okay.
So once Wayne tells me what the deal is, then I'll.
Then you go ahead and move on that.
If we can't figure out who's missing and when their term expired, because if we can figure that out and we have an expiration date,
Then you can
then we're
move
just
on
gonna
then.
follow this.
Gotcha,
the way-
yeah.
way it's presented.
Cause we had a couple people who just stopped showing up. We had Elo Hanson,
I was hoping Bill would be here tonight, but
Bill might know, yeah,
Bill is probably the one that knows the answers to the question.
yeah. We had Elo and then we had some guy who I never knew.
Bill knew what he was doing when he stepped down from chair.
Anyway,
Why
that's
do
it.
people wanna miss this?
Right now, it's just discussion.
Right.
Fred, you just,
So I guess hypothetically, we're looking for another alternate,
Yes,
Kind of.
and if I decide that this is interfering with my life, you might be looking for 2.
okay.
oh, don't do that to us.
I was just gonna say no to that.
Yeah.
They needed it tonight. I mean,
I know,
yeah.
now that, I happen to be off work until the 30th, so I normally get up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, which makes this a problem to my lifestyle.
Okay,
Okay.
and we might actually, I was talking to Bill about this yesterday. Julia Haverhill has a conflict with this. And so we might not actually have Julia's services very often or at all.
She's an alternative.
Julia's on that.
She's on the, okay.
Yeah, Julia's on the board.
Yeah.
She has a long-standing conflict on Thursday nights. I don't know why she ran with this and it's
Wednesdays, right?
like, whatever, she has a long-standing conflict with our thing. She ran and got on here, but she's had that conflict, so we may not see her very often, if at all. So that's,
Yeah, I checked that before I said I would do it.
yeah, but Julia didn't, so here we are.
And
So-
yeah, the Democratic caucus didn't have anybody.
Oh, I know that.
And Jim was willing to run for the alternate, and they got me as a secretary. Will you do it? I said, "Well, yeah, all right."
That's how you get roped into this stuff.
But knowing that I had to be here, I'm here.
Yeah, we
If I
appreciate
haven't, you know, and notice saying it,
Well, we're happy to have you,
yeah,
because it's best, it's having 5 people to hear these things is
Yeah.
really, I think it's important.
Well, especially it takes 4 affirmative votes.
yeah,
And so if there's only 4 people here,
yeah.
then it's gotta be unanimous.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of applicants, if they see only 4 members, they'll ask you, you know, they don't even want you to vote.
Mhm.
Because they know that then they can't afford to lose even 1 person.
Yeah,
So it's in their best interest to ask for an extension.
so as long as you know that I'm leaving and you let me know.
yeah, unfortunately, we don't meet every month, Jim, so.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do it at the beginning.
There's nothing on the agenda for next month as of,
Great, yeah.
Because I'm also on the board of the library and the Asian burial ground and I'm the one running the community garden.
Oh, look at that, we'll talk about that.
okay, so that's it.
Okay.
That's all I have to say on,
Okay.
on that.
All right, well, thank you, everybody, motion to adjourn, second? Okay, I guess I made the motion to adjourn, and all in favor, we all adjourn, and after 8, thank you for coming out, everybody.
Thank you.